see you after I think few weeks time, I guess. And I'm sorry, I'm inside my car outside our yoga center because immediately after this session we have vision class. Anyway, let's start it with a quotation by a great scholar. Happiness is a thing to be practiced like playing a violin. So how we practice violin like that, happiness is also to be practiced as per one of the great scholar. But we all want to live happily all the time, enjoy happiness all the time. Even if your mobile phone rings, whether I should attend the call or not, I decide based on whether I will be happy or I will not be happy. But are we really or are we enjoying happiness all the time? We all know the answer. We are struggling to enjoy happiness all the time. Husband returned from the office very tired and he feels very hungry, so he asks for some food, and the wife says that please go there and things are ready, you put it on the thing and get that you make your food ready, please bring me also some food. If wife says it, then that happiness goes off immediately, right? So we all want to live happily all the time, but unfortunately we are unable to do it. What is the issue? How can I enjoy happiness all the time? Why happiness goes off and pain comes in, sorrow comes in? A famous actually he's a great scholar, Thiruvalluvar. You know that he has written around 1330 1330 couplets, small poems, right? And in one of the poem he says, those who do not see pain as a pain, they give pain to the painful situation. Whatever situation or whoever the person is causing pain, that person who doesn't see that as a pain, he will give pain to the pain so that it runs away from his life. So he will not see pain at all next time. That is what he wrote that. So what exactly he meant to live a joyful life? Pain can come, we can't avoid it. But by not considering pain as a pain, he is capable to give pain to the pain so that pain runs away from his life. That is what he means in that poem. But how to give pain to the pain? How can I treat pain not as a pain? And another couplet, he says like this, though the suffering or sorrow or pain, like a flood, it comes like a flood, it will go when wise men think about the nature of pain. That means even if I get pain like a flood, office also problem, health also problem, family side also problem, son is a problem, and everywhere in multiple direction like a flood, pain is coming to me. But the wise people, what he says that they will try to understand the nature of pain, the nature of sorrow. The moment they understand or they think about, that is the word he uses, think. The moment they think about the nature of sorrow, the sorrow will vanish, according to that great scholar Valluvar. So see how these guys have excellent understanding about pain. And when you see sorrow, pain, suffering, there are two kinds, we know it. One is the pain related to our physical body. I want to go for a walk for half an hour or 5 kilometers, but after walking for 5 minutes, I have a knee pain. Oh my God, why knee is paining? I don't want to walk now further because I can't stand, I can't walk. So I have to cut down that. Now the pain started, but physically. There is other pain, psychologically or mentally, there is a pain. The moment things are not happening as per my expectation, I don't feel happy. I feel upset or I get irritated or I get angry. Now that is called psychological pain or mental pain. Physically no pain, but my mind perceives the situation or perceives the people as painful because something is against my expectation. So we call that as a psychological pain. Now, Valluvar says, if you understand the true, if you think about the true nature of sorrow, pain, or suffering, the pain will vanish. So now, first understanding physical pain or psychological pain. Physical pain, of course, the approach is different. Today's topic is not about that. In fact, for physical pain, also medical science says that lot of physical pain is related to the psychological pain. Because my mind is weak, I will start having physical pain later. So the today's discussion is the most of the psychological pain comes because of expectation, and if expectation is not met, the reality is different from expectation, we get disappointed. That disappointment causes me sorrow, pain, suffering, all psychological pain, right? That disappointment, how to avoid disappointments? Maharishi has given 6 beautiful ways, techniques, how we can avoid disappointment. That is what we are going to discuss for another half an hour or 45 minutes. So that's a topic for today. Now, before we see those techniques or ways to avoid disappointment, let's also understand the nature of disappointment. Maharishi has classified the disappointment into 3 categories. One is the disappointment could be there for a few hours or few minutes. When wife served some dish, we are happy to have the dish at our meal plate. But then the wife asked, "Can you find out what the dish I made?" This guy's problem started. BP started increasing because it's a big challenge for him now to find out. And if he tells her wrongly, then also it's a problem. And so he is not having confidence and he is afraid of telling anything because the wife is asking him to find out. If he doesn't find correctly, that means the dish is wrong. What she prepared is a wrong way or wrong quality. So she get upset for that answer. So now the problem started. He was happy when he saw some dishes, but the moment the question came, can you find out what dish it is? Then the issue started. This disappointment can be there for a few hours or a few minutes until that things are sorted out. This is a short-term disappointment. And the wife's birthday, so she tells to her husband that please today you come at 4 o'clock, and we are going to go to our parents' place to get the blessings of them. So please be there at 4 o'clock. Obviously, that fellow didn't turn up at 4 o'clock and he comes at 6:30. Normally, he comes at 5. On that day, for some reasons, he got delayed. 6:30 is coming. It's a big disappointment for his wife. But again, it's a short-term disappointment. So first category of disappointment is a short-term category. Because all these things, you have to address it in a different way. And if this gets repeated every day, of course, the approach should be different to avoid that disappointment. And next to disappointment is not for 1 hour or 1 day or few hours. It could be there for maybe 2 weeks or 3 weeks. You can say midterm disappointment, or 1 month or 2 months or 3 months even, or 4 months. And morning, as soon as the husband gets ready for leaving to office, and some argument started, and that argument got exploded by both the parties. So they were exchanging abusive words and throwing the plate. All that happened, and he left the home with a very angry mood. And because he was angry, and he met with an accident, and he didn't notice it from the side, some car came. He's supposed to stop it, but he didn't stop it, and that fellow hit it, and that accident was in such a way that he was bedridden for 3 months. He can't stand, he can't walk. He was in the bed because the leg got fractured or bone fractured. And now this is a midterm disappointment because for 3 months, she is disappointed, he is disappointed, and it all started or triggered with one simple argument. So that is called medium level of disappointment. The third category of disappointment, Maharishi says, lifetime disappointment. Lifetime disappointment you know, on a wedding anniversary, husband takes his wife to a jewelry shop and he purchased a necklace. And after necklace, she wanted to buy a chapel. So they go to a chapel shop. And now this lady is not happy with the chapel in that shop. And he keeps moving from one shop to another shop to another shop. And after a couple of hours, the husband says, "Come on, you want a chapel and you are going from shop to shop to shop, and my chapel will get, I think now will become thin because I have been continuously using my chapel to go from shop to shop. Why can't you buy one chapel? Why you are taking 4 5 hours to buy a chapel?" Now that his husband replied saying that, "Sorry, I selected you in a hurry. At least let me select my chapel in a with the proper time." Now, this can become a lifelong concern for him, lifelong disappointment for him. That was a 10th anniversary, and all along, now he started doubting. For the last 10 years, she was thinking she is living with a wrongly selected partner, and now how long I have to stay with her my whole life? My God, why did this happen? It could be a lifelong disappointment for him as well. Joking Jokes apart, the real lifelong disappointment could be because of unnatural death, disasters, natural calamities, or chronic disease like cancer, or lifelong he has to take a medicine like that. Those could be a lifelong, or a handicapped children born, things like that. That will make him or her to be disappointed throughout the life. So the disappointments can be in these three categories. Any any disappointment on any of those categories, what Maharishi has given 6 different ways, all that will help us to fix the problem. Now let's understand. First thing is, one of the reason to avoid disappointment is we have to get rid of our ignorance. Ignorance is the number one reason for disappointment, because we don't know, so we expect it. The moment I go home, I expect my wife to be ready with a juice or herbal soup, so that I take a healthy food as soon as I reach home, and then I do some preparation, and then I do my kaya kalpa, and then meditation, evening meditation, and then go for dinner. That is my expectation. So maybe whether my expectation is right or wrong, I should know very clearly. If it is wrong, I don't know. So I am ignorant, right? So ignorance is number one culprit for which makes us to get disappointed. So let's talk about what Maharishi really mean as ignorance as one of the way to avoid disappointment, right? So let's talk about how many truth I should know to avoid disappointment. Not because I don't know, I am disappointing. That should not be there. I know it. I have to expect it. I work for 3 months, 30 days in a month. My salary should be there. Yeah, it is a correct expectation. And if salary is not there, it's a problem. So whether that is right or wrong, we need to know, right? So ignorance. So under ignorance, Maharishi has not really explained what do you mean by ignorance. He explained ignorance means I should know about myself thoroughly. I should know about the society thoroughly. I should know about the nature thoroughly. If I know all these three things thoroughly, I cannot be ignorant in any situation, right? But it's a very general explanation of ignorance. But with respect to disappointment, what I should know so that I am prepared to avoid disappointment, right? So, number one reason, as Valluvar said, the moment you think of the nature of sorrow, sorrow will go off. So, what is the nature of sorrow? What is pain? What is suffering? Or what is sorrow? Then only I know the nature of sorrow, right? So, first ignorance, I have to know what is pain, what is pleasure. So these are the two things people are going through. If I am happy, maybe the same happiness can turn into a pain after 2 minutes, 2 hours, 2 days, 2 months, 2 years, things like that, right? Uh, People get the happiness the moment, the day when they get married, and the moment the husband is with the wife and wife is with the husband, the same degree of happiness is not there at the 25th anniversary. So the happiness becomes pain also after 1 year, 2 year, or 20 years or 30 years. We can see everywhere, right? So what is pain? What is the nature of pain? How it comes? Why it comes? All that we should know it. That is what Valluvar meant. The moment you know the nature of pain, pain goes off. So first thing is, what is pain? We all know that physical pain, psychological pain. What Maharishi says is, whatever we experience around us right now, if that experience is not matching with my physical body or not needed for my physical body, I feel that as a pain. I want to go for a walk, but knee is paining after 5 minutes of walk. Now that is not needed. I have to walk for half an hour, 5 kilometers, but knee is pain. So my body doesn't need that pain, but pain is coming, or it is not matching with my physical body because I want to walk, but the knee has some problem. The disc is degenerated, or the energy is lost, or it is so dry. I have a knee pain. So whatever I experience, if it is not needed or if it is not matched by the physical body, I feel that as a pain. This is number one definition for pain. The second definition of pain is whatever I experience, if it is not needed or if it is not matched by my intellect, then also I feel that as a psychological pain or mental pain. No physical pain, but mental pain. That means the moment I come from office, my intellect says wife should be ready with a herbal soup. That is what my intellect wants. But what wife tells, you also prepare herbal soup for me as well. I'm not going to prepare today. Please go prepare it. Bring me one glass. Now my intellect is wanting something, but the reality is different. The experience I go through it after coming from office is not matching with my intellect or not needed for my intellect. Then I feel that as a pain. So now go back to Valluvar's requirement. To throw the pain which comes to us, I have to think about the nature of sorrow. So the nature of sorrow for that person who come from office is simply because I have some imprints wrongly in my genetic center. I have a wrong database. That database, based on that database, my intellect is expecting that as soon as I come from office, wife should give me herbal soup. Or as soon as I tell that 7 o'clock he should be ready, she should be ready. That is what my imprint is there. My imprint, particularly the imprint which is there in the subconscious mind. My conscious mind takes input from there. How I should feel, it comes from subconscious mind, and I feel that as a pain. Feeling, the origin of feeling is my subconscious mind. The thought could be conscious mind. So my subconscious mind has a programming which says that things should be in a right place. Anything you take, it should be in right place. If I want a mirror, mirror should be there. If I want a TV remote, it should be in that place. That is what I have imprint. And if it is not there, my intellect is not expecting that. So I feel that as a pain. So the nature of pain is fundamentally related to what kind of database I have within me. So if I should not see that as a pain, when herbal soup is not there or mirror is not there, I have to change my imprints. The database, what I have is wrong. So my intellect is expecting like that. And when expectation is not met, I feel disappointed. So the root cause for disappointment is expectation, but that is not the root cause. The root cause is the imprints what I have. So the first ignorant, if I know, I have to change my imprints. As long as my imprints have some rubbish data, I will keep on expecting many things from a surrounding, people or situation or road or my boss, anyone. So I have to be aware of my nature of imprints, what I have in my life. So point number one, the nature of sorrow is based on the quality of imprint what I have. That is causing me the pain, not the situation. Suppose if I don't have a parking in front of Green Stadium in the yoga center here, and now I have to drive cross the Green Stadium. After 400 meters, I've got a parking. I parked there. I am happy to walk for 400 minutes. I am because at least it becomes your exercise for me in a open air and in a morning time to come to the yoga center. I feel happy for it. Whereas for other person, why these people are keeping yoga class in this place where there is no facility or parking facility? Stupid people. It become a pain for them the moment they see there is no parking in front of Green Stadium. The parking is after 400 meter. It is common. It is same for me as well as the other person. For me, it become a wonderful opportunity so that I can walk for 400 meter in morning time in open air, fresh air, pure air. Whereas the other person, it becomes painful. So that is because of the imprint. What I have is different from the imprint what he has. In the overall life, only 10% of the problem we have to suffer. Rest of the 90%, if we apply those 6 techniques, mostly we can avoid it. So the quality of imprint, that is the first point I have to know under the ways to avoid disappointment, ignorance. Okay. The second point, the reason for the ignorance, Maharishi has mentioned, why are we born? He wrote a very beautiful poem in Tamil word. We are born because of our negative imprints. To get rid of negative imprints, I am born in this earth. But after I am born, I forget why I am born, what I am supposed to do. I forget you as well, the God as well, he is telling. I forget you also. Please come and fill it up and get me out of this illusion. This is what that poem says in Tamil. So he says, I am born to get rid of my negative karma. The negative karma will get manifested through pain or suffering or sorrow. That can happen in 2 ways. One as a disease, which is a physical pain. The other is mental agitation, mental disturbance. That means your expectation will not be met. You will get disappointed. Every disappointment is a sorrow, pain, and it is because of the manifestation of my negative karma. So now the second point under ignorance, I have to remember all the time, whenever my expectation is not met, it is not because of the other person who is not meeting my expectation. It is because of my karma, my negative karma. God, divinity is making him to do like that so that my negative karma is out, is manifested. I become more pure and my future is going to be filled with a blissful situation. So the second point under ignorance is why the situation is not meeting my expectation. It is because of my karma, not because of them. There is no sinner in this world, according to Maharishi. There is no sinner in this world. Whatever crime he does, he is not a sinner. He is created because of my karma, right? So that is the second point is the expectation will not be met because my karma is getting manifested. That is a second point. And the third point out of ignorance, what should I know is every problem, painful situation, challenges, difficulties, it is given. Why it is given to me on that day, at that particular moment? It is because simply God is telling me what you are living is not correct. Where your consciousness is, it is not right. You have to think differently to go in a right direction. You are traveling in a wrong direction. To change from the wrong direction to a right direction, divinity is creating problems to us, painful situation to us. My expectation will not be met because God believe what I am thinking is not right. What I am doing is not right. What I am speaking is not right. What I am thinking is not right. He wants us to change. in terms of my character or in terms of my action. So unless I change that, problems will persist for a long time. Unless I change, it will not go, because each problem is telling me to change, right? So the now all challenges are not obstacles for me. I have to use that as an opportunity for me to change and become more powerful, more enlightened, to live a blissful life. So now the third point out of ignorance is all the painful situation, all happenings around me, which is not meeting my expectation, is telling me to change something. So it is an opportunity for me to learn from every situation so that I grow in my personality to sublimation, and then only perfection is possible. Sublimation is to keep all divine qualities and to remove all the animal qualities. To remove my animal qualities, problems are given as medicines to me by the divinity. So that is the third understanding I should have it about the challenges or problems. Now, so ignorance, what we have seen is, one is the first point. What the first point what we have seen is, we will the nature of pain is because of my imprints, the psychological pain. I have to change my imprints. That's number one point. Two, I am born because of my negative karma. So every problem, every unexpected things which is happening is purifying me. The third is I have to change. So that is an opportunity for me to change. That is why it is given. And the fourth point I have to remember out of ignorance is, I am born not to control or manage anyone in this world. This is the word he used it. Control and manage. It is not a job for me. Even though I am a father to my son, my job is not to control him or manage him, to properly guide him without hurting him. That is what I am supposed to do. Not to manage it, 24 hours policing. Or no, why you do that? Do this. No, not to control or not to manage. We can guide, because we have a I have a my responsibility as a father. I have to make him as a good citizen. So I have that responsibility. I have that duty. So I have to do that. So my job is not to control or manage anyone. That is the one point. And another point he also said in one of the article that you should avoid by interfering in others' business without necessity. Four people are talking. Unless they ask you why I have to pass my remarks, pass my comments, and then I create a problem there, and that problem will make somebody upset and make me upset if they don't follow my advice. Right? So don't interfere unnecessarily in others' business unless asked for it. So this is another thing. And the last one under ignorance is, whatever problems we have, if I use my limited consciousness or fractional consciousness or whatever knowledge I acquired, skills acquired from these worldly things, that need not fix the problem 100%. But if I develop my intuitive skills, my intuitive mind, that will tell me what I should do to get out of the problem. So the ignorance, under ignorance, all these points, if I can address it, definitely I can avoid disappointment based on ignorance. That's a point number one. Second point, the second way to avoid disappointment. There are 6 ways. Each way we may have disappointment out of all the 6, or only one, or maybe 2. The other 4, I may not have any disappointment. So it depends on what I am doing, where I stand. Based on that, I have to introspect and properly change so that I avoid disappointment in all the ways. If I can be clear on all 6 ways, disappointment will not be there in my life, right? So the second point he says is greedy. Now, we can't live without desire. I should have a desire. I want to grow personally, family wise, financially, healthily, in my official position. So every aspect of my life, I have to grow. Absolutely no doubt in that. To grow, I should have an ambition. That is a desire. So desire is a living proof. So I should have a desire. But that desire should not become greedy. If greedy is there, then I have a problem of getting disappointment. So what is the difference between desire and greediness? The greedy is the desire which brings pain to me or to others or to the society. Even if it is a desire, it can bring pain to others also. I have to do moralization of desire. So even if it is a desire, unless I moralize it, whether this desire is going to bring me happiness, not only now, even in future, and not only happiness to me and now and future, no pain to others, now or future, then only it is an ordinate desire. Otherwise, it is an inordinate desire. That desire is to be changed. Either change the degree of desire or throw away the desire out from your life, right? So greedy is will bring us disappointment. So whatever desires I have, is it a natural, ordinate desire or not? Good desire or not? For example, whatever I want, whatever I desire, whatever I need, wife should do it. Wife should obey everything. I ask her to be ready at 7 o'clock, she should be ready at 7 o'clock. Whatever I say, if my wife follows it, it's a serious problem. My return ticket date is now written, finished. Because how karma, why she become my wife? Because she will not do most of the things what I expect, then only karma will get manifested. So she should not do everything what I want. That is it. That means there is a future. There is a serious problem waiting for me. So now, if I expect my wife to think as I think, to do as I do, it is a greedy. It is not an. It is an inordinate desire. So, what desire is good for me now or future? Only that desire is the right desire. I should keep it. The rest of the desires is all inordinate desire. That is a greedy. I should not keep that greedy within me. Otherwise, it will bring me disappointment. I feel hungry. I need food. I want food. It's a natural desire, good desire, right desire, which has to be executed. I have to go for it. But I need food. But if I expect, I want only puri with the potato gravy, and puri should be big and without any single drop of oil, and that gravy should be like this, and it should be warm, and it should be as spicy as I expected. If I have lot of specification parameters to be like that, that is nothing but greedy. I want food to satisfy my hunger. That is the correct desire, right desire. If puri is good, enjoy it. But if it is not good as well, you have to enjoy it. Then the disappointment will not come. So I have to moralize my desire. So the greedy is the second point. First point is ignorance. Out of under ignorance, we saw 6 points, 5 or 6 points. And the second is greedy. So greedy, we have to always see whether what desire I have is normal desire or greedy. And the third, Maharishi says, wrong calculation. He has written in a poem, if you expect something because of your own wrong calculation, nature will not accept it, will not tolerate you. Nature will have to punish. Means if I expect something out of my own calculation, a wrong calculation, then it is against the nature. Nature will not accept it. This is what the poem says. So whatever I do calculation, particularly the expectation, is it the right expectation or wrong expectation? Is it a wrong calculation or right calculation? I want my son to go to bed at 9 o'clock every day, 9 p.m. Is it right calculation or wrong calculation? It's a totally a wrong calculation. He has his own intellect. He has his own experience. He has his own problems. He has his own ambition. How can I control him to go to bed at 9 o'clock? I can only tell him going to bed at 9 o'clock is very good for you on a long run, not only in terms of your physical health, your brain functionality, all that. but we have to keep trying our best without hurting him. If I expect that he should go to bed at 9 o'clock when I want it, from now on, it is a wrong calculation what I have. That is a wrong expectation, because so that will bring me disappointment for sure. So whatever we expect, whether is it based on right calculation or wrong calculation. My son should get 100 out of 100 in all the papers. Totally a wrong calculation. Maybe he will be very bad in academics according to divine, but he will be excellent in another area of life where he can excel. So all 100 out of 100 scorers are successful in life. Not at all. So our calculation is wrong, that if he get 100 out of 100 only, or if he wins in these particular sports, then only. No, all are wrong calculation. It is based on our calculation, not as per divine calculation. We don't know the divine calculation, so nature is not going to accept it, and he will keep giving us disappointment continuously unless I change my calculation. So the wrong calculation, the expectation out of wrong calculation, is the third point. And the fourth point is not being in the state of awareness or forgetful state. We have to be in awareness state all the time. Awareness means we know that what is awareness. What is awareness state? Awareness state means I am aware of what is happening now. I am aware of my past experience about what is happening now. I am also aware of, if I react like this, what will be the result of that action. So past experience, present situation, future effect of what I am supposed to do. By knowing all that, I have to think, speak, act accordingly. That is the result of awareness, being in awareness state. If I am not in awareness state, I get into a problem all the time. Now, somebody was sharing it in the morning session. We have to be alert all the time. Of course, we have to be alert all the time. In the national borders, for example, India, Pakistan, those who are soldiers, the army, they have to be alert 24 hours, because from the other nation, they can do anything. So they have to be alert. But they have to be alert. They know the problem can come from this direction where Pakistan is there. This is India, backside is India. So here is my border, and the danger can come from there. Whereas all family men, either husband and wife, the alertness is required in all direction, 360 problem need not come from only one angle. It could be from different angle, right? So at a different, any situation, the problem can come. So that alertness, how to be in alertness state, how to be in awareness state, your mind frequency should be below 14. If my mind frequency goes above 14, I am in emotional state, then I get anger, disappointment, agitation, irritation, worries, fear, all that will come. Then there is a problem there. So to be in awareness state, what is happening now, I have to focus. I have to live in the present. I should not think about the past, or I should not worry about the future. Lack of focus in the present, and what I am supposed to do, I have to do it based on my past experience and future effect of what I'm supposed to do, right? So being in awareness state is very, very, very important. And one lady asked her husband, last year we went to attend your friend's marriage. You remember one beautiful lady, one girl with yellow color sari. You remember? Yeah, I remember, but it is not yellow color. It is a orange color sari. Oh, is it? I thought it is yellow color. No. It is orange color sari. Then that she asked, she gives some other identification. Yeah, that all correct, but the sari is orange color, not yellow color. Oh, okay. When we say election, and she gives promptly, this is the election date. And then he asks another question, and that also see. Then this fellow is asking his wife, why are you asking all that? Are you checking my memory? You see, I have a very solid memory. I don't forget things very easily. See, that's my one of the strength. Oh, is it? Then she says, today is my birthday. and that fellow forget that time is at 10 o'clock. Now awareness, unless this guy is in awareness state, the moment she asks the first question, why she is asking that question right now, in what relevance, what she is trying to convey, then he can easily manage without any disappointment to him, to her as well, right? So alertness is required uh, every minute. Without that alertness, possible that I may get disappointed. So that is the fourth point. And the fifth point is enmity. Enmity is other area where, if I always used to tell in my class, until I die, I should not hate anyone. Until I die, I should not hate anybody. Or, you know, can we develop like that? How many people I don't like? How many people I have enmity? I don't like. There are many persons. The moment you tell him about an actor, this fellow is upset. Don't. He is an actor. Oh, don't talk about him. Or politician. He hates that politician. Where there is no direct one-to-one relationship with that fellow, but the moment that politician name is said, his BP is going up. You just imagine how much hatred feeling I have overall, total. That much energy will um, throw out whatever good things coming to me from this direction. So whatever I need, it will not come. This negative repulsive force, all hatred feelings are repulsive forces. How much repulsive force I have, that much will be used to block my progress in my life. So enmity will create disappointment, whether that person knows it or not. He may not know that I don't like him. I may be friendly in talking to him, even congratulating him, even giving him a gift for his birthday, but inside I don't like him. Still, disappointment will come from him one day. That is what Maharishi says. So, inimical feelings we should never have with anyone. That is the fifth point. And the sixth one is natural calamities, which very difficult. It is out of our control, but still Maharishi has given beautiful techniques like divine protection and the 5 elements and 9 planet meditation. All those things we can use it to minimize those natural calamities. And if I can always be in a lower frequency, my intuition will guide me to avoid that natural calamities as well, natural forces as well. So the natural forces, if we can be in line with the nature by following all those 5 techniques, definitely we can avoid that as well. The simple proof I always relate is, none of the real, true spiritual leaders are affected by any natural calamities, not even an accident, right? So let us recollect all those 6 points, 6 ways to avoid disappointment. Number 1 is ignorance. Number 2 is greediness, greedy. And the third is expectation out of wrong calculation. The fourth is forgetful state. And the fifth is enmity. And the sixth is natural calamities or natural forces. These are the 6 ways to avoid disappointment. We may be 80% in one point or 10% in another point. Let us introspect ourselves where I should change and what I should change, and how can I monitor it so that I avoid disappointment in that area. This is not a very complicated subject to introspect. If you sit for half an hour, yesterday, when, why I got disappointments. Simple as that. I called one person for an urgent information. He didn't pick up the call for 2 hours. I was disappointed. For example, introspect which category it is and what is the solution for it and how can I change it. This is as simple as that. So for the last 1 week, last 1 year, what was the major disappointment which hurted me or which made me unhappy for last 2 years? Identify those points. How can I avoid it for next 5 years? Not next 5 years, throughout my life in future. So if we can do all that, definitely we can avoid disappointments. And let me conclude by saying that don't blame people for disappointments. disappointing you. Blame yourself for expecting too much from them. And one simple solution Maharishi has given is never get too much attached to anything, because attachment makes you to expect. You have to follow detached attachment. Attachment is required, which is a desire, but detached attachment is a solution. So with this, I conclude today's lecture. And if you have any questions, I am